The year was 1998. This would be Sonic's next greatest adventure since his time on Angel Island. Now we live in the year of 2023, and let's just say that Sonic's current biggest adventure highlights this game to such a point where going back to this game kind of brings a fresher perspective on it now that we know what we do.
I think so.
And what we can't exactly get into too deep into because, we do plan on doing Frontiers sooner or later, but ladies and gentlemen, this is actually a game that I've been wanting to redo for a very long while. And, I'll still say it's one of my favorites even today. Sonic Adventure.
Oh my gosh, just even thinking about, how many years has it actually been since we, first did this for the channel?
Well, I know originally we did Sonic Adventure DX through the Steam version, and that was, yes. I want to say, it had to have been before 2017.
Right.
Jesus.
And for that one, to his credit, everyone, please give that playlist a watch at some time because it inspired my own run of Sonic 06 in the sense of James did that whole run chronologically.
Just be prepared to sift through a lot of other outdated videos I crammed into that same playlist.
Yeah, fair. But now, we are revisiting this with new friends, Doug and Sammy.
I'm new.
Hey, fellas.
And my new friend, Froggy.
Froggy?
Thanks.
Also, goddamn, this game was made the same year I was born. What the fuck, man?
Yep, 1998. Technically not.
I was non-existent.
I think a lot of people forget that Doug is the youngest of us.
I'm the second youngest now.
You were born after the millennium?
2000.
Jesus.
You really were a 2000s child, but yeah.
Literally.
For those of us that lived here in the States, we got this game right on the magical date of 9/9/99. Whereas I know in Japan they came out in 98, but hence right there on the little thing down there. But yeah, Sonic Adventure, the very original. Okay, technically I'm lying. This is actually a very heavily modded version of the Steam release that many people, I'm pretty sure, are familiar with.
Really? Well, what sorts of things can we expect from this modded release?
Well, for starters, it more or less brings back a lot of the content that was axed from the GameCube re-release of the game, Sonic Adventure DX. Not the least of which includes many of the little Game Gear games, which will now be available via Sonic Origins Plus.
Alright.
I'm gonna say, first off, good thing I held up from getting Sonic Origins now that that's come out. And second off, they're giving attention to Sonic Blast and Sonic Labyrinth before giving Sonic 3D Blast any love.
Or Spinball.
Well, technically Spinball's in there too, but it's one of the Game Gear games they're adding.
Alright.
So, 6 playable characters, but first and foremost, we have to start with the title character himself, Sonic the Hedgehog. So,
But why him, though?
Why not him, is what I say.
It's top billing.
Where's the metal bastard?
It's top billing, and we don't get to unlock Metal Sonic in this game, I don't know. Actually,
you technically can. Again, this is the Steam release, and they did keep that much, but you still need to get, 120 emblems to unlock him?
All of the emblems, yeah.
And I want to say you have to clear all the missions too once you unlock that mode. It's honestly not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
To some degree, it's not worth the hassle. Unless you decide to mod the game. Again, the mod loader of this game lets you unlock a lot, especially, the ability to play as Metal Sonic in time trial. But anyway, we're here to focus on the actual Sonic the Hedgehog, who's come back from an undisclosed adventure somewhere out there. You want to see
now there's
You want to see all the sights of Station
God.
Square, and among them, there's a police chase.
On my knees.
What's up?
Also, I guess as we're gonna see, it looks like this mod also, as you may mention, this mod kind of gives them their Dreamcast-looking models.
Dreamcast models, as well as a Dreamcast lighting and coloring.
Oh, nice! Because I remember the GameCube lighting really, unfortunately, messed some things up a bit.
I'll still say for what it's worth, some of the change-ups they made to the models are pretty good. It's just that it doesn't really mesh with how clunky this game's cinematics are.
Yeah, it's fair.
Well, cinematics in very large air quotes.
But hey, I'm okay with that. Now I'll be able to finally have my my nostalgic memories of I don't think the bullets are...
You fool!
It's almost like you're shooting a creature made entirely of water.
I mean, it has a brain.
Our weapons are useless.
Flame!
But, they have the aim of stormtroopers. They're not going to know to shoot the little glowy thing up there. But, Sonic knows better, so he's going to jump right into the fray.
Why not? Let's see what happens.
I was about to say for shits and giggles, the difference is with these soldiers that they can shoot him just fine. Stormtroopers shoot rapidly all over the fucking place.
Yeah,
Meet Chaos Zero.
Which is fucking funny.
it is. It's very funny.
That's a little detail that I like is that like when Sonic made his landing, he automatically jumped on 2 rings, and those rings got carried over into the fight.
Oh, 100, and I think that's maybe because James was the. I guess just as another like history lesson as you play this, this was like Sonic's first like true like return to the realm of 3D.
Pretty much, yeah. This was, unless we're counting the likes of Sonic Jam or Sonic R, this is his very first adventure in full 3D.
So it makes sense. They would give you those 2 rings just as like some leeway in case you had no idea what the heck was going on if your last game was actually Sonic 3 and not 3D Blast.
And I mean, let's be real here. It's not every day you come across a game where the very first thing you play is a freaking boss fight.
That is also true. Also, hey, there he is.
Big drip. Where you going?
He doesn't have the drip though.
Get back here! I'm not finished with you!
You come back, you big drip. Damn.
Chaos! I'll follow you to the ends of the earth! Jeez.
Well, that was weird. What even was that, anyway?
Well, that was weird.
You know nothing, fool.
Oh, hello there, egg.
Hello there, egg puppet.
Hello, Railing.
Make your maniacal laugh and fade to black.
I also want to say, I may just be having, strange memory or whatever, but I almost want to say, like, it sounds like the sound mixing is also a little bit better in this mod.
It is.
Oh, that's
Thank
good.
God.
Ah, well.
Ah, yes,
What a time
there
to
he
relax.
is, Sleepy Boy.
The sleepy boy with the, uh-oh.
The hell's
What's that I
noise?
hear out in the distance?
I can't make the joke! Darn it! Oh no, he hit something. I can't say what though, but he hit something.
Oh.
You get the
Oh.
joke.
What am I gonna do with you?
Great.
Stupid fox.
I'm pretty sure call an ambulance first.
I don't think Spider-Man was there to help out that time.
Oh, hello, ladies. That spawned out of nowhere.
Hello, ladies. Have you seen where my T-tail friend went?
Ladies.
Ask the lady of the lake.
Do you know where my friend went?
I'm not the lady of the lake.
I'm just gonna go with my intuition and say he's that away.
I was going to decide to like look at the girl in the pool because she's just standing there not swimming, but that's just anyway. Emerald Coast. My gosh. Woo. Well. So let's just first say, James, how's it feel to be back in the reins of this beast?
Honestly, feels pretty nice. Like, there are definitely some things that have not aged, have not stood the test of time all that well. But I mean, if you can live with them, honestly, it's still relatively breezy.
Okay.
Especially if you're playing as the likes of Sonic, who has the most, love to share in this whole adventure.
Again, almost as if he's the devil named title character or something.
Of course, I'm not gonna take that away from him.
No,
Not
no, this
careful.
is Tails' adventure.
No, Tails'
Whoa.
Tails' Adventure was
Whoops!
years ago.
It's down there.
That'll happen.
It's down there.
It's down the
in
drain.
water.
It's in the water. No, you're fine. Don't
As
worry.
I said, this game hasn't entirely stood the test of time all that well, but I mean, I'd still say the major foundation of this game, I'd say holds up incredibly well, especially compared to every other 3D Sonic outing.
I think so. It's just I think the biggest thing is like you have to just be careful with the homie attack. Because I want to say in this game the magnetism to it wasn't quite there yet.
Yeah, this was still a learning process for Sonic Team.
Damn.
But by all means,
What did you do to get the orcas pissed off with you?
we ran.
I stole all the sunlight? I don't know.
We ran on their sacred bridge. They just finished cleaning, and then we tracked dirt on it, and now they're so ticked with. I don't know.
Can't believe it.
How about
Dude,
this?
or maybe they know that we're friends with Echo.
Oh no,
We
you're
don't
friends
talk-
with Echo the Dolphin.
We're a friend to all.
Come to think of it, whatever did happen to that star-shaped mammal anyway?
They're dead.
They're dead?
No.
They cannot be dead. Oh my lord!
Again, the kinds of fun stuff you can do with this kind of speed.
The capture can't keep up with me. I'm following behind as best I can. No, it's okay. I'm sure it's all gonna be here. Okay, how about this? Doug, Sammy, you're the newcomers here. The fresh meat, as it were.
I'm always a fresh meat to anything.
Don't ever call me that ever again.
Fair enough. The FNGs. What experience do you guys have with the Sonic of Adventuring?
Oh boy. I guess I'll go first since I have kind of. I mean, okay, so like me and my friend used to have this stupid channel like that was us doing shitty Sonic impressions and going off of that. And, so, I watched my friend play this game
there's Echo.
tirelessly.
Oh!
I'll say there, Tails.
And
Aw, that's sweet.
I mean, I can say it looks a little jank here and there, but it seems like a fun time for the memes and everything else.
For the memes.
The
I
memes.
think that's fair.
Mostly for the memes.
And congrats. Get your score and get out.
So, yeah, we saved Tails. Thankfully he didn't suffer too much wear after literally crash landing on a beach.
I suffered a concussion.
I'm alright. Long time no see, huh?
I'm just glad
I'm
you're
doing
okay.
alright.
I mean, if we're taking Sonic 3 and Knuckles into account, 4 years is a long time.
You're too good of a pilot to just crash like that.
That was a test run using a new prototype propulsion system.
Oh, that's the other thing I remember. In Sonic Adventure DX, the background music would be like so loud you could barely hear dialogue sometimes.
Yeah.
Thanks, but you got
Yeah,
my
it
new
really can be.
prototype.
But
Well,
again...
but here they've adjusted it, and
Oh.
Face.
just we just have that.
Just happened to find one of the 7 emeralds during one of my test flights. This thing's got
It was a
limited
star.
power, you know. So I figured, why not use it to power my
I know it's been said time and again by many other YouTubers, but it is kind of one of those things where you look back on these cutscenes and it's like, they paid a little too much attention to moving every single follicle of their body when they're talking.
I can't trust their talking unless I see every muscle move. No, and I mean,
Even
and I know
their
that,
ears!
and I don't know if I already said, but I think out of all of the children actors playing Tails, I want to say. I forget who played him in Sonic Adventure 2, but I wasn't it his brother? No,
His
it was his brother, right?
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say I think my least favorite was the one in Heroes, honestly, because I thought it was a little too squeaky.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's funny because, okay, a friend of ours named Josh, shout out to Josh,
Hello.
he was part of a project that actually had the voice actor from Sonic Heroes who did Tails in there as SPO.
kidding.
Yeah,
No kidding.
yeah. It's actually on YouTube
Listen,
if
dude,
you did want to look it up. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, say if this is your first time ever playing the game, you ever feel lost, talk to this floating ball right here. She'll tell you everything you need to know.
Hello.
But where do we go to the Mystic Ruins to do that?
Oh,
Oh,
You're on your own, Sonic.
Where we go?
I was thinking of the Knuckles stages where she'll like whoosh away to show you where one is, but
Oh yeah. That actually would be funny if Tukal just did that in excuse me. Did I say that out loud? I meant to say the floating ball.
whoops.
if Navi the fairy told me where I was gonna go, we'll be.
I mean,
we'll
okay, who are we fooling here? Most of our viewers watch us mostly for Mario and Sonic stuff. You know who that floating ball is.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's cool, especially for you avid viewers who have played Frontiers. You now know more about what chaos is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which
I mean, should we get more into that, or should we just wait till we actually get to Frontiers?
Oh no, it's egg.
hang on first. It is the man of egg.
The egg.
The man of egg.
What?
And it was with this game, like they decided that okay, enough's enough. It's time to bridge the gap. We need to let everyone know he has and always will be named Dr. Eggman.
Dr. Eggman. That's right. This was where it started.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah, because like the way they contextualized it in the West here is that, so like people know that like he was always named Eggman in Japan, but in the West he was mostly Robotnik. Up until this game, they decided to bring in both names, but have Eggman be kind of like a taunty insult name that Sonic would give him.
And I mean, not to say that there wasn't some signs that, you know, he was always, like, Eggman, because, like, it's one of those things where, you know, trying to directly translate a game, some things will always be left in the cracks. Like, say on, what was it, the,
Wing Fortress?
Wing Fortress. Sometimes you'll come across typography on the ship that literally says Eggman.
Oh.
And I want to say that also applies to, like, maybe, like, the occasional... Or, like, heck, even Nights into Dreams with its whole, like, ranking system. Like, by default, all the characters are named after, well, the Sonic cast. From Sonic, Miles, Knuckles, Amy, and Eggman.
Oh, and in the English version of Knights, they did still have Eggman. Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, isn't this just a really intimidating boss?
Not
No.
really. Also-
Oh my gosh, I forgot how you could break this game.
Also, Doug, did you want to share your experiences and shit?
By all means.
Oh boy.
Sorry, a lot happened just real quick.
Uh,
We just beat up an old man.
we love being old men. Anyway,
Yes! We beat up an old man!
Man!
Anyway, sorry.
I need to try to remember most of my experience with this game. I didn't get it at
Okay.
first because, one thing, didn't have a Dreamcast nor a GameCube back then. But I did look up videos that related to Sonic Adventure. I've seen a full playthrough. SGB, thank you.
Well, that wasn't so hard.
I did get the game at some point, 2014 late. I did like the game, from what I can remember. That's all I can really say. But other than that, I didn't really
Also,
fully...
Tails, you fucking dumbass.
I didn't fully grow up with this game. So...
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I figured if I'd ask, what was your favorite? What was your first Sonic, like, true Sonic game that you grew up with?
Shadow.
Wasn't that the same monster I
Ugh,
saw?
what an interesting one to start off on.
I still think there are some pros and cons to Shadow the Hedgehog.
Mostly cons.
I guess we should go ahead and say real quick, ladies and gentlemen, Sonic Adventure will not be the only.
I like
major
that when
Sonic
everybody heard that, everyone kind of cringed almost.
There was some
I'm a
moment of
rebel.
Now, real quick,
knowledge.
what are you trying to say, James?
Yes.
I guess that should also be said, like right now, like Sonic Adventure will not be the only like 3D Sonic game will be retackled because again, it's been a freaking manatee's age since we actually did all those other ones, and I feel it's high time to redo those with fresher eyes and mindsets. And by Doug's request, that will also include the entirety of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yes, and he'll be playing it because he offered.
I'm not gonna replay the chapters because of the bosses. Those are gonna be cut.
Yeah.
Fair.
And oh yeah, no, that'd be insane. And
Let him get away with this.
and
Yeah,
yes,
just worry about doing all the major like do all the major stuff do all the major missions once, and then skip to whatever is necessary, and then obviously do the very last ending.
Yeah.
But again, that's gonna be a long ass time for now, because again, there's still plenty of other Sonic games I'd rather do first, most especially Frontiers.
yep, that's gonna
Yeah.
be something that I'll hopefully tackle as soon as we learn more about the DLCs. But for now, I don't
We
know if
should
we
head
can
on this way. One problem though, the winds aren't quite strong enough.
It's fun though. Ow.
Damn, you can't blow hard
It's fun
enough.
until you land.
I broke.
Okay.
I broke my butt.
So, what do I do?
Yes, I understand that, but where was the key? It said wind. No dir.
Yeah, the NPC interactions, save for like a rare few, aren't exactly the most enthralling this game can offer.
Which is why I don't bother with them.
Oh yeah, I think that's right. I think Tails had borrowed it or something. Oh no, that's right here.
Yeah, he's just like right here, right in front of his doorstep.
Okay.
Thanks, Tails.
I mean, I guess that does go into something regarding Sonic Adventure's development, because I know part of its whole original idea is that it wanted to treat itself more like a platformer/action RPG hybrid,
Really?
and part of that did involve like little bits of puzzle solving. Although a lot of that ended up having to be dummied out in the end, or really, really simplified, because this game was under a very tight release schedule.
Wow. The fact that this is how I learned that there has always been this looming
Uh-oh.
curse of whoa.
Oh.
Story of my life.
The fact that this is how I learned that after all these years that the looming threat of a very, very like tight deadline has been at Sega for as long as even Sonic Adventure 1.
Dude, freaking... that's been a problem Sega and Sonic Team has had since...
The beginning.
They have to stop. Meanwhile, I guess bring that back to modern times as well. Thank goodness that with Frontiers they're like, no, we're not. We're gonna figure this out, and they actually made. Is it perfect? No, but I feel like it's one of the better Sonic games they've made in a long time.
It is definitely one of the better ones that they've made. Unlike the cursed other F game.
You should be able to get out of the tunnel.
Hey,
yeah.
Sonic the Fighters isn't that bad.
That's not the F game I mean.
Alright, I'll fight Metal Sonic. God.
Yeah.
I think Sonic Fark the Jester is a great game.
fuck?
Compilation.
Oh, wait, other F, you mean Freedom Planet. Gotcha. I mean, I'd be all down for that.
I'm done with Fark.
I'm actually. Wasn't there? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're not trying to do this at your.
No, it's fine. It got me to laugh, especially with Doug saying, shut the fuck up.
What was that? Wasn't sorry, just because I'm thinking about Sonic fan games now. What was that game we saw, James, where that developer was like animating it in a 2D drawn hand style, like almost close to like the OVA?
Utopia?
Yeah, that looks like really. I'm really curious to see
Or not
how-
Utopia, Freedom?
Yeah, Sonic Freedom. Yeah, because Doy Freedom Fire. I'm very curious to see how that turns out because I love that art style.
If it's still going to be a thing.
Wahoo!
I think they had to. I think they got a new programmer on board, so I assume we're going to get something new regarding it this upcoming stage.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully.
Maybe. I mean,
Also
who's to say at the time of the recording?
Also, oh my gosh, suddenly I'm getting actual flashbacks because, that's another funny thing. Keep in mind about some of these level designs when we get back to Frontiers. You may it may call upon your memory a bit further than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was a training tool to get them to learn about fun Sonic level design, then I'm okay with that. And again, the developer said he.
I mean,
he
I
picked
also
up a lot of lessons.
I honestly just call it as it is. Pretty much just reusing assets just to quickly appease to Sega's demand of adding in proper traditional Sonic levels.
You know what? That's fair because they definitely wanted to do more open world stuff, but eh.
Which I mean, I'm not against the idea. It's just that with the physics that you're expected to play through those games at your absolute base merits, and it really goes to show how it wasn't really built with that in mind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point then.
Tails is just staring.
Yep.
I mean, he follows us. I mean, he's my best bud. He follows me everywhere I go.
You got something to say?
Everywhere.
You got any mint candy?
Back to Mystic Roads we go.
Oh wait, is this where we meet the Knucklehead
That-
himself?
Not yet.
No, that's you're thinking a few chapters ahead there, Sam.
Dang.
Thank you, Floaty.
Floaty.
It's not Floaty.
That's her official name now. Not to
Floaty the
call,
Ball.
It's Floaty. Yeah.
Floaty.
Oh,
Floaty the
It's what?
Floaty
What
the glow.
fuck?
I mean, you know what? It's accurate that she's Floaty because she's dead.
Aww.
Floaty the Dead.
No, I was. Sammy.
rude, but also not inaccurate.
Sammy.
Oh yes.
This is my new OC for Sonic the Hedgehog. His name is what? What the fuck?
Get in line, buddy. I think there's plenty of other Sonic fan artists out there that already beat you to the punch.
I know.
Logan, I'm glad that you finally got into making Sonic OCs. He can be friends with my OC. Shut the up.
Why did I think to jump in here?
Careful.
Damn, now Sonic's covered in
Careful.
shit.
But what did we come all the way down here for?
Sonic the shit.
Oh,
Yep.
new sneakers.
What do?
It
What do
just
these
reminds
sneakers
me
do?
of a goddamn screenshot I took with one of my
Well, you
friends
got
back
Lightspeed
then. Of just like
shoes.
time to take a
Press and hold the
supersonic
action
shit
button
or
to store up
something.
power.
Also, you love that shoe buckle that's in all my promotional art? Oh,
Uh-huh.
say goodbye to that, because I'm never wearing those again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
goodness. So, I forgot that this is where you get the Lightspeed Dash.
Oh yeah, no, like Sonic Adventure, I mean, another aspect to how it wanted to be something of a platform/RPG hybrid, you can grab a whole bunch of upgrades for every character. Although I want to say in this game's case, the most you'll ever get with a single character is 3. Unless you're Big the Cat, because he got a lot of
yeah.
Goodies.
incremental stuff.
A lot of goodies that just kind of built up stats that any other
Also,
self-respecting gamer
what are you
didn't
doing?
care-
What are you doing out here this late?
You set a new record. What did you do?
What?
Basically, there's a whole subplot where this girl is absolutely trying to she's in mad love with the burger chef here.
And so she keeps trying to beat this record so that she can like either impress him or get his attention. And what's the purpose of those emblems besides getting Metal Sonic?
In the original game, not much. It's mostly just there for bragging rights. In Sonic Adventure DX, that would be how you unlock Metal Sonic as well as all the unlockable Game Gear games.
Oh,
Also, I mean, that Lightspeed Dash is pretty nifty and all, and wow, this little girl's still out here. Like, girl, it's literally like nearing midnight.
Damn.
Dad.
Okay, yep, I found it.
I told her it's late, go home, but she won't listen.
I don't like that
I just hope
screenshot.
She doesn't make her parents worry.
Wait. That's right. Oh, she's lost for. Oh, that is the thing I completely miss sometimes. That there's all these side plots actually going on if you talk to people in between levels.
Oh yeah, no, you could easily skip all this shit because it really means nothing in the long run. It's just, the townsfolk doing their usual, or
Okay.
Yeah.
stuff that's happening while we have our adventure.
Thank you, Particles.
But yeah.
Oh, hang on.
But yeah, all things considered, this Lightspeed Dash is cool and all, but it's a little slow to rev up. Why don't we fix that
Go!
with this nifty little accessory here?
There you go.
My friendship bracelet.
Dang.
This is the crystal
It's blue.
ring.
It's
This
blueberry
reduces the
flavor.
time needed to store
Oh my
power for
God.
the Lightspeed
Mom.
dash.
Thank goodness. So now it is
Much, much faster to rev up.
nice.
Still a little.
So say if you were the...
still,
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, it's faster to rev up. Still a little cumbersome compared to the Lightspeed Dash of later games, but you know, it is what it is.
Oh yeah, no, later games, they just make the whole thing instantaneous for better and worse.
Which you could say that he practiced, and now it's time to gamble our way to both one of my first ever introductions to Knights and also a Chaos Emerald.
So yeah, the main goal of Casinopolis here is that we need to raise up to around 400 rings. And with those rings, we will need to dump them all here to reach that there Chaos Emerald.
Wonder if you could just
sure
spin
there's
dash
some-
jump to get up there.
No sort of game-breaking tricks are going to help you reach that any faster. So,
Tails. Go ahead.
Tails, want to see something cool?
Yeah, sure.
What's that?
You go into the card and pinball realm.
It's Knights!
Aw, looky here.
Yeah.
Be careful now. And if we're don't tilt, he'll know, and he'll get very
No,
mad
no
at you.
using
No,
tilt controls.
stop it. I'm using tilt controls.
But no, I love the idea of him. Being like, Tails, why don't you just fly me up there? Sonic, I can't count cards or cheat.
Tails, what the fuck, man?
That's
Come to think of it, how did Tails even get in here? He's technically, a minor. Then again, so is Sonic, so...
You know, that is a fantastic question.
Intelligence.
It really makes me wonder if, like, age restrictions for casinos are a lot more loose in Japan compared to America.
I doubt it.
Probably are, if I could only figure, but I wouldn't know. Don't ask me. I'm not the expert.
Now, I forget how, but I know there's a way to get into the other section of this here pinball table that takes us to what I think the game calls the Nightmare section.
Yeah.
oh, that's right. Yeah, the separate one with the one that's like by I want to say it's by frickin' Twin Seeds.
I want to say it is.
Careful. Come on.
But yeah, I mean, it's traditional card rules. Try to get a whole set or whatever to get more rings.
Fair enough.
I like cards.
And I'll admit, I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to stay in here too long, because...
Three of a kind.
Three of a kind.
Yep, I got
Yeah.
3 of a kind. I guess I have that said now that I have this many rings. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna have to commit to it, because one thing that the game doesn't immediately tell you is that if you fail a pinball table without getting 100 rings or somewhat, you get dumped straight into what's called, or I don't know, it's
The
you're pretty
sewer.
much you're dumped straight into the sewer, which ironically has the fastest and biggest ring payout out of everything this level has to offer.
Literally.
Oh, you can go to the Nightmare Realm now.
Well, I guess no better time like the present.
Get out of here,
Hoping I can actually
Puffy.
reach there.
I appreciate that, but I want to aim upwards. Uh-oh.
I want to aim higher.
I want uppies.
Oh, I think we need to try and use the flipper on the right side, maybe.
No,
But it keeps moving
okay, so,
over to the. Whoa!
So the gambling age for
Japan.
Japan is 20 or 18 depending.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I mean, isn't it usually like right around like for us, like roughly around like 21?
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly about that point. Of course, now there's pachinko, and I keep hearing the idea that they want to lower the age limit because why not? Pachinko is so fun and.
Yeah, I mean, go figure.
Okay, hang on. Come on. Oh,
I'm trying, but again, Sonic and pinball haven't always, resonated the best.
No, they haven't.
Nope.
I still.
I mean, now that I think about it, aside from Sonic Pinball Party, can you really meet and I guess Sonic the Hedgehog 2? Like, can you really think of any real shining examples of Sonic and pinball done exceptionally well?
Not really.
No,
which
obviously
again is
Sonic Spinball. No, I'm kidding.
Not even Sonic Spinball. I mean, even though I think being able to control Sonic while he's on up in the air does help.
Yeah. No, I can't think of any examples.
I was about to say for shits and giggles. I didn't want to remember the time where I replayed that game.
Oh yeah.
You were a trooper, and we appreciate you.
I did it legitimately. God damn it.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Come on, get me up there.
I just felt.
There
I
we
just
go.
felt so.
Yay!
I just felt so sad about the final boss one. Honestly, I'm just like, oh.
Oh, sweet! I actually got this to play.
Yeah.
Looky.
So I fucked up on that, I think, 3 times. Oh, Knights.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
Knights.
This was well worth all the headache earlier. We're
I mean,
flying
especially-
right through Twin Seed.
I mean, especially because once we leave this pinball machine, we literally will have enough to be done with this stage in one go.
Yeah, we absolutely will.
Now, I forget. I forget. How do we go to the Sun Garden?
If we fail this particular section. Oh, I guess we're going to be spinning around again.
Oh my gosh! Already no rings. Knights, this is very cute, but this takes up a lot of time.
And no rings.
Knights.
In fact, why can't I collect all the dash hoops like rings?
That actually would have been very nice. if I
Knights
did
is
that.
like, I don't give a shit.
Do I
I'm just here to dance, love.
you think I give a shit?
I would have laughed if...
There we go.
There we go. I would have laughed if someone said,
Yeah,
Apparently, Sonic, you have a skill issue.
I used to fail this all the time, and this right here was my first introduction to what Knights was. Stretching its mouth, being like, ring.
I want to say that this entire thing was just ripped straight out of the original game, just without all the additional lighting that makes it all ethereal.
Likely was, but
possibly.
I don't know. So there you go. Now you know what led to my first ever introduction to the Jester. We just need like a couple more rings before we bow out of here.
Alright, we're good. Let's
There
get
we
out
go.
of here.
Okay.
Let's get the fuck out
Down,
of here.
down, up, hit we go. Hyped.
It had to be done just because, knights.
I
That's
was saying,
really all there is to it. The other option for those that don't already know is that you could do a whole slot themed pinball table, which is more, appropriately Sonic themed.
Fair enough. And I was saying,
Anyway, time to shake out all them savings.
and I was saying, did you have any strong thoughts on the Knights or the slot machine stuff? Hype.
I'll say between the two of them, I did. Why, you gonna get it? Or there you go.
I got it.
I'll say the track that plays
hey,
on the
Tails.
Sonic. Whoop.
Hello? Tails?
Tails, I can't breathe.
Sorry, continue. I think that was funny.
I'll say the track that plays during the Sonic table is one of my favorite tracks in the game.
Oh, okay.
It's fun. It's nice, jazzy fun.
Time to get out of the casino as we get kicked out because we're underage.
We probably shouldn't have taken that, considering we weren't exactly legal age to actually buy it.
My mustache deems you get my. No.
Eggman Steam.
Oh, I thought Tails was still standing and just watching Sonic get absolutely blasted for a second. I would.
You know what they say? Full steam ahead.
Little
Jeez.
twitchy foot.
Oh man, what happened to that emerald we just had?
Well,
I guess Eggman's got one of them, but the other one's safe. And that guy must.
Well, that's
be desperate.
appreciated.
That means his 2 to our 1, and that's not good. Come on, Sonic,
No
we need to
good.
get better.
come
Hang
on,
on.
Sonic.
Is this where we get to see? Is this where we get to see the reference?
Probably not, because because I do have mods set to primarily do the Dreamcast related stuff.
Yeah, I was about to
Oh,
say,
yeah,
I know
yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
get that.
Wales. No worries. Well, time to hurry on back.
Time to hoof this thing right back to the Mystic Ruins.
Why did it fall from the sky?
Good question. We don't know.
We don't know.
The sky is falling!
Something.
And so
fell-
were the rocks.
Oh my
Something.
god!
A bad man fell down
From the sky.
Also,
Something like
thank you, Pepper, for barking. Hi, Pepper.
Bark.
I actually didn't hear her.
Bark.
Hello there, Sammy.
No, yeah, you got it wrong. It's
Hello there, Sammy.
Oh, is that?
God
Oh,
damn it! I didn't need to be reminded of that.
Pepper, why are you barking outside my window this time?
Because they need to know that they should not be in my home.
what is that voice?
it makes Sam laugh, and that's all that matters.
That is fair. That is fair. Continue.
Yeah, I hear you, Pep. I hear you barking out there.
And click.
I don't think you do, human.
Hi, everybody. It's time for James to tell us how much he loves snowboarding.
How much do I love to snowboard? Well, I mean, I loved snowboarding back when the original Sonic Adventure, or Sonic the Hedgehog 3 came out, with that kick-ass Genesis cover of Hard Times.
Hell yeah.
Damn, Logan, you fooled me. I actually thought that James knew how to snowboard, legitimately. I actually was like, oh shit.
You're about to get schooled by the jocks here. No.
So, yeah, we're literally on Ice Cap. The same one on Angel Island. Makes you wonder.
Wait a minute.
How come it's not playing the Ice Cap theme then, if it's Ice Cap?
Because we couldn't afford it.
Because that belongs to one Brad Buxton or whatever, or Brad Box or whatever the case. The guy that did help Michael Jackson with his songs.
Yeah,
Well, they could always play the the prototype version that Sega probably owned around that time.
Probably could, but they decided, nah.
I'm still not a fan of that prototype version.
No,
I
I'm not a fan of the
me.
prototype one. I like the Michael Jackson one. No offense.
I genuinely like that Ice Cap theme. So it is such a bop.
Do do do.
Whoa.
Well, you know, it wouldn't be so bad if Sega had a tighter grip on some of the songs that they applied to their Sonic games.
Yeah.
That reminded me, I need to find this track so I can put it in one of the chats.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Ice Cap.
I think
Do we still-
whoops.
if it's what I think it is, because I know you showed me it.
Yep.
Yay! Okay, I was gonna say I assume we still got something for 100 rings.
Yeah, an extra life.
Thank goodness, and this is a little cumbersome. Come on.
Only the most genuine fuck-ups when you're recording yourself.
Alright, I'm gonna
Well,
put,
you're also
okay.
in an ice level.
I'm putting this in.
The law of
I'm putting
Murphy.
in the awesome music chat.
Okay. The law of Murphy shall prevail. And hey, look at that! You already found a shortcut.
Assuming it's a shortcut.
I believe so, because I think you just come across this way and wait for the camera to do its thing, and oh,
Nope. You can't do
Oh
nothing
yeah,
about
no,
that.
I remember that one. I remember you showed me this, and I actually liked it. It was quite a jam.
that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that one, yeah.
Ar-
He basically just shared the hard times, the mashup with like the vocals from the Jetsons.
Yeah, I remember one of my friends actually showing me that, and we were just having a good time with that song.
And I forget, did the Jetsons ever say like if it was based on Ice Cap Zone or did it come out before?
No. It came out, from what I remember reading up, it came out like well before Sonic 3 was a thing.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally like early to mid 80s.
All right,
Sounds
buckle
about
up,
right.
friend.
You wish be cool, be wild, be groovy, or whatever the song's called.
Yeah, I think
This is another favorite track of mine from the game.
this is a good
Oh
ass
yeah,
track.
no, it's an absolute blast.
Oh, that's right. Hype, where can people find the instrumentals to these songs?
This is the
Well, this instrumental I know, but like you just remind me of like other songs that you like, including some that are instrumentals. Because I've only heard the vocals
Oh.
usually.
Well, I was about to say, like, in terms of... Whenever I say instrumentals, I'm more so talking about, like, character themes. Like, for example, we'll hear it later in the game, but Amy's theme, if you get rid of the creepy lyrics, has some genuinely good, like, jazz backing in the instrumentals.
The moment you say creepy, I saw a notification of Slender the Arrival on my fucking PlayStation app. Son of a
No.
bitch.
Wait, Slender... They're still selling Slender the Arrival?
Yeah, they are.
Jeez, that game's
What the?
That ga-
remarkably older. Whoa, I don't know where we just went. Just run, I'm scared.
I think the game's over 10 years old now.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Slender is as old as the new kids are these days.
You have to remember, Slender is older than Minecraft.
Yeah.
Who are you guys?
Who the fuck are you?
Who the
I think Eggman's necks are catching up to us.
Oh lordy, okay, we gotta get out of here then. And for me, I'm always gonna
gotta get out of
unironically-
here.
And for me, I'm always going to unironically like crossovers, like the Slim Shady Eminem crossover with Unknown from ME.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually really good. Anyway,
I feel bad liking that song, considering the guy that sings it is an absolute dipshit.
They call me Knuckles.
Yeah.
I like Knuckles, I don't Knuckles.
yeah, that's a.
I'd rather flick my knuckles.
I'd rather flex my.
Well, I affect my chuckles.
I think the one bit... I think the one bit that I still love... Not the whole song, but just the bit by itself, the whole, like,
Hell yeah.
cleanse yourself. No!
No.
No.
No, 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 no,
No.
Anyway, there you go. Huzzah!
Alright, so we flubbed up getting the one emerald down at the casino, but at least we got this one.
Two
And
emeralds.
hopefully we'll keep a tighter grip on it this time. Right, Sonic?
Do better. 2 emeralds down. Is time.
I'll do my best. I mean, I can only do so much when I wear nothing but shoes.
2 emeralds down. Let's head on out of here.
Are we gonna meet
before
the man
anybody
himself?
catches us.
Wait a minute. Wait, stop a second.
Y-
I smell enchiladas.
And I think I hear...
Oh my god, it's Doug!
What?
What's up, Knuckles?
Damn.
And he got a bone to pick with us.
You know, it makes sense. He's tribal and I'm Scottish.
No time for games, Sonic.
This is fine by me.
Give me the emeralds you have right now.
Point.
What the heck is
Give
the
me the
point of that?
What? Let's just see you take them.
I mean, haven't you guys got over your little squabble over on Angel Island?
No.
I mean, that was like 4 years ago. Let bygones be bygones.
Even though how quick we can just easily beat Knuckles, I do love his
There
boss
it
thing.
is.
Oh no.
I
Yeah.
love his boss sounds.
Oh no.
Oh, he's dead already. Oh no.
I do love his
boy.
boss
Oh,
thing. I think
shoot.
it's definitely one of my favorites.
It's good. Well, it's
Yeah.
It's over before you know it.
Oh, hello there,
Yeah.
Eggman.
He arrives just soaked because he's under the water the whole time.
I am drenched. Good thing I know how to hold my breath for that long.
Listen, it was either I do that, or I keep myself encased in a literal bubble. And do you know how hot it gets in there?
That's right, fool. You made it.
Now that I think about it,
Fooling
though,
enemy.
the egg. Now that I think about it, though, the egg shuttle, like the egg mobile in this game, looks a lot bulkier than it was in the Genesis games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Size matters. I don't know.
Like, it's a lot roomier for one thing, which, I mean, you know, probably for the best, considering, again, he always looks so cramped riding this thing in the older games.
Well, I would argue that the worst of it is still the advanced games. It looks like he became a contortionist to defend the Eggmobile in that one.
Speaking of premier contortionists,
Holy crap. Somehow Chaos is already at level 2 this whole time.
Hi, Chaos.
and now he's going to jump up 2 more levels. No, we're never going to figure out what his level 3 would have been.
I'm sure there's some fan interaction. Whoa.
He transformed again.
He's like a dolphin thing.
No one ever cuts us any
Echo.
Oh my god, that's where Echo went. There we go.
Oh, God.
Is this it?
You know, I can never unsee the 2 Chaos Emeralds right where his pelvis is, and look, I don't know, they look like another set of eyes.
Well, especially
can
when
see
he's floating upwards. I always thought he was like a telekinetic person suddenly.
So, this ain't gonna get old anytime soon.
Oh yeah, this is easily the weakest boss in the game. Don't be intimidated by the water. The water is kind of more like jello or quicksand, where you can stand on it, but you will slowly sink if you stay in it long enough.
Yeah, it's a pretty thick layer. I mean, this may as well be comparable to the goo that SpongeBob and Patrick have a hard time swimming in.
Yeah.
I also could not get, not to immediately go back to that, but I also could not get out of my head the remembrance of Strong Bad's pool of gelatin.
Oh yeah, that's right.
When I die, have my body encased in wet jello.
I don't think that's gonna be a problem.
You're such a good friend.
There was that, and it was also when he was the lifeguard saying, "Now, no running, and remember to press up, B, A, and start before entering the pool."
Welcome to our pool. Notice there is no take a dump in it. Please keep it that way.
Dumping it in it. Again,
I mean,
we will show those to
would
James at some.
you freaking heathen?
We will show those to James at some point. Someone's
Yeah.
had to have made a catalog of them. Anywho,
Yeah, they have. There's a bunch of them, and the best part is compared to the other things that we have to marathon with James, considering each strong bed email is like about 2 to 3 minutes, that we can get through them pretty easily.
huzzah! Does anyone have a particular favorite form of chaos besides perfect chaos? Because that don't count.
That don't count.
I mean,
Oh no.
This one, the one where he's a dolphin.
I don't know. It's hard to beat the classics. It's hard to beat when he's actually pro bono.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, I guess. You know,
Though I'll never forget how much of a slow motherfucker he was in Sonic Battle.
Yeah.
he was a tank, dude.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
that's the whole thing. Like, he
Lord.
moves like a snail, but he hits like a... Yeah.
Guys, I think we've seen it here. Eggman has built the world's largest duck!
I was about to say, it looks like a mechanical rubber chicken.
Whack.
What do you have to say about that, Eggman?
Oh.
Actually, now that I think about knowing Eggman's MO, it'd probably be more comparable to call it like a giant chicken.
Exactly.
Right.
He's the egg of evil.
Though, there's something oddly funny about his wording there, where he says, "It's a magnificent vessel, but it pales in comparison to the power of chaos."
Aw.
Yeah, keep in mind that for later.
Fair
Because
enough.
I'm sure the game will forget about it. Maybe, sorta, not really.
Be mindful.
Yeah. You guys go.
Huh?
I got some stuff I gotta do.
Business to take care
What kind of stuff?
No problem.
Not
None of your business.
I was like, what kind of unfinished business? No, I didn't break the Master Emerald. I mean...
None of your beeswax, Sonic.
And actually, that's
like-
right. Actually, that's right. He didn't break the Master Emerald until the second game.
What's the matter? What are you waiting for?
Well, fine, sheesh.
You sound very nice, actually. What are you doing after this?
I don't know. I was just gonna go.
I'm just gonna lie
take a
down.
nap on the altar like I always do.
So is this Logan X Knuckles? Are you cheating on Bentley?
Shush. Look at Tails do the fun thing.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Tails.
Here's the fun thing.
Tails is literally inside. We can't
Oh.
see him doing the fun thing.
Eh?
And Sonic's like, what?
Whoa! Oh my lord, you terraformed.
You know, I'm starting to get famished. I wonder if he cooked up any chili dogs in there.
And it cooks julienne fries.
It won't break. It won't. It broke.
I do still love that the most recent Tail 2 pretty much made a canon that Tails pretty much just loads his entire workshop with hot dogs, buns, and chili for whenever Sonic comes to visit.
Yeah.
Always prepared. That's why he's the best friend. And we are off. When? Okay, we're going now.
Right now! Tails, you make sure to put gas in that thing?
Just fall straight.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the first of 4 times we'll be having to do this minigame.
Oh boy.
Buckle up.
Hey! I'm looking at you, developers. You better give us that Dragoon Orca remake sometime.
Orca.
Or Orca, or what was it called?
Orta.
Orta. Orca was
Which
the whale,
I-
yes.
That'd be great, but you know what would be even cooler? If they actually decided to rebuild from the ground up that one RPG they did on the Saturn. What was it
yeah.
called? The Saga?
Dragoon Saga. Or Legend, no, Legend, I don't think it was Legend Dragoon, that was...
Oh no, that was Sony. No, Panzer Dragoon Saga. That's it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, no. This game, the gameplay shift in this is pretty much 100% mimicking Panzer Dragoon, right down to moving in a single direction, and you can hold down the button to lock onto enemies and then shoot them that way. Only downside is that they nerfed the capability of being able to see in more ways than forward.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You know, this
Also,
is
fun. Also, for those that aren't already in the know-how, originally you were supposed to fight a dragon-like neck up on these skies.
Cute.
That was powered by a Chaos Emerald.
Aww. Curse you, budgetary cuts. Can you...
Well, I mean, it's also the matter that they realized, wait, if Eggman had a Chaos Emerald and used it to power up this robot,
Oh. Yeah,
would
why...
you think it would make more sense to give it to Chaos instead?
Yeah, okay.
To which I say, why not give that Emerald to Chaos and let him transform into a dragon?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that could have been a Chaos
That could be level 5!
Yeah. Because I think we only ever see him at Chaos level... We see him at 1, we see him at 0, we see him briefly at 1, Knuckles fights him at 2, I think.
Yes.
He's completely overlooked.
Right. We see 4, then I think it's just 6, or... Yeah, it's 6 when it's... when he's the big crawly guy with Sonic and/or Big. I think that's it.
And it comes complete with a tail!
I will say though, if that's the case, then it seems like that would be a massive downgrade. If you want to go with the idea of the Dragon Boss, being Chaos 5, that seems like it'd be a bit of a downgrade from going from 5 to 6.
Well, maybe if it was a smaller dragon.
That's fair. Hey, you did it!
I mean, you could just have it be kind of like Charizard, not a fully realized dragon!
Stop! What the hell is that?
Eggman, put that away, you don't know what it's been!
Tails, should we be flying directly in front of that thing when we're going ahead of it?
In front of what?
Oh my god!
You know, in hindsight, it's a good thing that thing didn't vaporize us!
also, why were we like cheering when we got hit?
Mission complete.
Hooray!
Wouch!
Meanwhile,
Sonic and Tails were separated at this exact moment.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
You know, this is oddly appropriate considering that whenever Sonic fell in the Genesis games, he was still doing the running motion.
Yeah.
Tails?
This should have been muffled.
Tails?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Where are you?
But
That's a fine. How do you do?
I mean, geez, you don't need to be rude about it.
You gotta find your parents already, lady.
Oh, I wonder if he's okay.
Hi to you too.
What a wacky world I live in, said the
And
girl.
we'll never acknowledge her again.
It's for the better.
So yeah, we're kind of stuck. Lady, do you, guys, you know where? Oh, you guys are in love.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
la-di-da to you too. I wanted to... Okay, you're just shallow. Alright, where is Tails? Help desk.
Tails? Ollie Oxen free.
Marco! Look in the
do
far
you-
distance.
Hey, little girl, do you know where Tails is?
The trains are on
Oh.
strike.
Damn.
Huh.
Dad's not able to get the milk anymore. Sorry, dude.
Keep that in mind, because for a good while, we're not going to have access to the train.
Well, curses, I want to learn more about their plight. Are they unionizing?
Little Glowy Ball, do you know where Tails is?
Going to the casino.
Now's not the time to gamble at it. You always do this. I want to have a serious conversation, and you just want to immediately leave for the I don't even know if I'm arguing anymore. I'm the hotel manager. Call me if you need anything. A girl with pink hair?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
someone was chasing after her, apparently.
Oh, that
A
sounds
stalker, probably.
that sounds like a rough time. We should
Oh, that pink-haired girl.
Amy is fine in this game. I like.
Hey, I didn't recognize you with your new drip.
He seems to be in trouble.
Yeah, what? I mean, nice haircut, and,
Kidding.
I mean, the dress is a little much, but, I mean, I think it looks good on you.
The headbands. On
Also, where'd you get that bird?
I found it.
Oh, and now she's gone.
Just the way the game paused and silence was right as I found it. Just lying around, minding its business, just like you should be, Sonic.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is still around the time where Amy was in her, hell-bent crush phase of her life.
They were
Yeah.
young. I don't know. I would call that just like high school young love. Like she has no idea what she actually wants. And hang on.
No, she was never like that. We swear.
No problem. He's just a chunk of cheesy hardware.
Whack 'em.
This should be over very quick,
Whoa!
but...
Now what?
What's up?
Oh,
it's
that's not the...
Oh no.
Where?
Amy, now's not the time for going to the park.
Amy! Wait!
Also, where does it say that? There's no sign saying it anywhere.
Man, that girl is such a pain.
She's got to be seeing things, I swear.
Every time.
I think she needs therapy.
I think one of these days I need to tell her to lay off the tarot card reading every once in a while.
I mean, that stuff's kind of creepy.
You good, Logan?
You okay?
I'm gonna describe the image. That just played in my head, and you're not to laugh at it.
Okay. Okay.
We make no promises, but go ahead.
So you remember the Yoshi bring home, like that kind of serious face.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to Deep Face.
look it up.
I know it's the Owlboy
The
guy.
Owlboy developer.
Yeah.
Deep Hat Studios. Deep Hat Studios.
Oh, they were the ones who animated that.
Yeah.
Well, the guy that runs it, yes.
Lord, that's so cool. I didn't realize that. Wow. That's right. I need to figure out what their big thing on the 30th is.
I think his name is also Steven, but I could be wrong.
So
Now, about the face.
just what Doug did, and just when Amy's like, "Cute couples, we gotta do," and just suddenly in my head with that voice, Sonic's face suddenly looking very serious. Oh no. Like after all of the, hey, I'm Sonic, we're gonna take down Eggman, and we're gonna get back the Chaos Emerald. Oh no. Just the sudden voice drop.
He immediately went from a SpongeBob to a Squidward.
The
One fell swoop.
the other similar thing I would say, James, would be the how long have you been waiting? Like, oh, I'm just obsessed with you.
I'm just obsessed with you.
That
I'll
got
still
him.
never I'll never tire how Disney let that slide.
There's so many good
Honestly,
moments
like,
in
just
Paul Rudd as
how much
Mickey Mouse.
Disney let a lot of that slide in that series.
I love it though. I
That
love
series
show.
was, oh my god, it was just that
It gave,
fucking
oh
good.
my god!
Speaking of Disney, welcome to Twinkle Park.
Hello everybody. This is the.
I don't think that should be on fire.
Basically, people realized that the casino level wasn't really like what you remember the casino levels in the Sonic games to be. So this was their sort of appeasing to try and give you like, hey, here's your wacky, amusement park of light and colorful fun.
We're sorry.
It's all good. Hey, look at that, you win. But yeah.
So from here on out, the level goal will more or less be a little more traditional, where we gotta get to the very end of the level and break open the many animal capsules that Eggman spliced around the place.
Be careful though.
No special reason why I left them there. You kind of it's just there to get Sonic and then Chaos Emeralds.
Nice. Anyway.
Nice.
Nice.
So yeah. No, it's...
And no, we'll never know where exactly Sonic keeps all of those rings.
We don't talk about that.
Up his butt.
I still.
That's a joke
camera?
as old as...
I'm.
that's a
Oh
joke.
lordy. I'm.
Camera?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, almost there. You go.
Camera?
I'm still bummed that Sonic Generations removed the translation of classic Tails being upset about the X tornado.
Yeah, was it the X Tornado? I thought he was more so concerned about giving him flack for the Cyclone.
Oh, I think it was one of those two. Yeah, but then they changed
Yeah, I think it was for the Cyclone, considering that was Sonic Adventure 2 shit.
whales. It just looks so.
X Tornado was the anime.
Every time I hear X Tornado, I just remember this one fucking plushy thing that's like, X Tornado! I don't understand what that means!
Oh my god, you just unlocked a core memory. Well, not of Sonic plushies, but of I think her name was Corn, something Corn, but she did this like whole plushie YouTube series thing with Knights and Riala plushies, like the limited edition ones.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, not bad.
It was a thing.
It was a thing back then.
Now let's stop and think about it. Has anyone ever attempted to try a Sonic X Abridged?
I'm lost
Yes, they have.
They had to. You know what?
it's
No,
been
they
tried to-
did. They did.
I was,
Go ahead.
I was...
I better catch her before it does.
Yes?
No, you're first. I have mine, and you have yours, and you
I
can
was
always
just about to say,
replay
like-
these levels in the minigame at any time.
I could follow Amy, but then again, I'm feeling in the mood for a little race.
What?
Anyway,
That's
while I
it.
take this time to race on the Twinkle circuit, what you want to say, Hype?
Yeah.
Not so much in a bridge series, but I do know there's been at least 2 attempts of someone trying to do like a redub of Sonic X, so that it's a lot more in line with the Japanese script. Both times
Really?
got taken down because the studio that owns the rights to Sonic X were really anal about people using clips of the show.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that's more of a recent thing. That was that like a very recent video series or something?
Well, no, it's something that's been tried like a few times for the past couple of years.
That's fair. It's just that I'm just saying that because I know nowadays, like using anime clips for YouTube stuff in general has become a lot more dangerous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was gonna say, not a redub, but when I think of a bridge series, the first one I think of is Sonic F.
I forgot Sonic F.
I
My
heard
God.
of that, but I've never seen it.
It has some fun. There's some fun, like enough jokes in it. I want to say, I'm trying to remember who's involved in it. But I do remember at the time their Sonic voice actor was pretty good, and their Tails voice actor was actually a very solid like you could believe that sounding like Tails kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
I think one of my favorite bits I can think of off the top of my head was they were it was the bit where Tails is like hosing down the tornado, but instead he's describing like, so that's simple. All I do is I flood the tornado's insides, then file an insurance claim, and then run away with the money to frickin' the Puerto Vallarta. And then Grandpa's just there like, I should have done this years ago.
I should have done this years ago.
I could honestly imagine Chuck being that kind of person.
100%. So I'm looking up Sonic F. Okay, who was involved in Sonic F? It was the team.
Also for those that don't want to have their childhoods ruined, don't look up the age gap between Chuck and Chris's dad.
Don't look it up.
Oh, no.
Anyway, we finished the Twinkle circuit.
Just that foreboding. Don't look it up.
Well, I was about to say,
okay,
because,
so
like... Oh.
So
Oh,
the
go
people
ahead.
so the people who are involved are Cyberlink, Falero, Game Buddy, Henshin Joe, Mystic Pyro Freak as Amy,
Welcome to Twinkle Park.
someone named Rock the Jake, and Serena Midori. But yeah,
Can't say I'm familiar with any of those names.
yeah, it's all about.
Also, some random schmuck left their company ID behind.
Let's steal it.
Yay.
Well,
Hey.
I don't have any other leads, so why not?
Thank you, Mr. Sky.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't want to know how big the dude was. If that was the card in his wallet, I'd leave it.
I'm just gonna assume that this is your ID card, buddy. So here you go.
I was gonna say return it to the sea from whence it came.
Oh, and then the guy over there's like, wait a minute, that's my ID.
And then they were fighting.
Wait, he's got my
Hey,
car
look, guy.
case!
Hey, look, guys, Speed Highway.
Yes, one of the most iconic levels in Sonic Adventure, and also, in terms of the plot, the most unnecessary element of it.
The traffic in Central Station is shit.
Absolute shit.
I mean, who builds their roads like this?
Super Mario Maker.
There was the only thing I can think of at this time, because I'm lazy, is and it's very poignant because at one point they did write for Sonic was an episode of Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah, I always remember
Where
that.
the joke where the joke was not a street but with a house. At some point, a dude folded the blueprints for the house like an origami crane, and they accidentally built the house like an origami crane.
Oh.
You might,
There were some little.
Oh boy.
I'm not a fan of all the gore and stuff. I'll just completely say it, but I'll say that there were some silly jokes in there that I thought were funny.
Just be careful when you do talk about those writers, Logan, because as far as I know, people still get like very large anger veins in their foreheads whenever people talk about them in relation to Sonic.
They're just mad that Colors actually had some fun bits to it. Baldy McNo's hair was not a big thing, but otherwise, like there was, it certainly tried to play things more fun than 06 did.
I think if there's anything I'll give Warren and Gaff credit, as far as their writing with Sonic is concerned, is mostly with two things. One, they nailed Eggman, like, full stop.
Oh yeah,
Agreed.
definitely.
And secondly, I think out of all of Sonic's current writers, with the exception of Ian Flynn, because, you know, the dude's an absolute master of his craft.
Yes.
He's one of the rare few Sonic writers that knows how to properly write Sonic and Tails' bromance, for lack of a better word.
Honestly, I agree. Like, up
I see
until
that.
Frontier... Like, I still haven't beaten Frontiers, just as a disclaimer, but I have seen all the cutscenes. But I still say, even with Frontiers in mind, I still think Colors has some of my favorite interactions with the two of them.
Oh, absolutely.
And it made more.
I'd also say, like, that's easily one of the best, if not the best, game to showcase Sonic and Tails as, well, you know, the best of friends.
Are you talking to the broken robot who can't hear you? Maybe.
But
Well, that's between me and the robot.
That's between me and the robot.
You don't know stuff.
That, and I'll still say, for what's worth, like, that whole, short, like, that one cutscene where Eggman briefly was able to hypnotize Tails through the use of that hyper-go-on energy from the Wisps.
Oh, right.
Like, they actually played that for, like, aside from, like, the in-between, like, the stuff, like, after, like, at the beginning and the end, like, they played that whole thing pretty straight.
Yeah, like, honestly, Colors does have, like, its handful, as much as the fan base refuses to admit it. Colors did have a handful of moments where it did play itself pretty straight. Like, I think the one that always comes to mind is where they come across the Nega Wisp factory.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's that, and then, I mean, even right around the end where Sonic had to go fight, you know, the giant Nega Wisp robot that Eggman was piloting, and he's all like, and Tails is like, I don't think we can beat this guy, and then Sonic's first impulse is to, see you on the ground floor, buddy, push him straight into the,
elevator.
their one means of escape.
Yeah.
He knew it had to be done.
Yeah, I mean, even if, just, you know, like, at the end of the day, he'll do whatever he can to help, to keep his best friend safe.
Amy? Oh man, where can she be?
Oh yeah, we're still searching for Amy, by the way.
Out in space in the corner.
Well,
There she is.
Oh, that's the thing that was chasing her.
Wow, that robot's very slow going on the train tracks.
Yes, he is.
Does that tube
Would be a
actually
shame.
go...
Would be a shame if, you know, the train, like the actual transit system finally got the whole transit strike finally ended.
What do you know? It ended.
Huh. Must have not been a very important thing.
Technically, it is if you actually do bother to talk to them at every convenience. Basically, from what I remember, they were able to settle on it was either they settled on the compromise, or they actually were able to get the better benefits that they were asking for.
Yeah.
Again, not that it matters, because we're not worrying about their story. We're worrying about Sonic's story.
And Amy flailing around like a doll.
I mean, what else can she really do when she's literally being clung like that?
Hey, who turned out the lights?
No boss fight for you.
Have you seen Froggy? Oh, never mind. It's the giant chicken again. Dude, imagine just how would it be considered intimidating or not if you see a giant vessel that huge, literally above you, and its literal, for lack of a better word, horn is just the world's loudest, cacaw.
I would laugh my nuts off,
Gosh.
Or like that crow squawk that you hear in stuff like Earthworm Jim.
actually.
That too.
My lord. This reminds me, I gotta do my sit-ups. I'll be with you in a minute, Amy. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Wait, setups?
Well, I mean, we're still going to be here for another hour, so I mean, by all means, if you need to take a setup break, go for it. In the meanwhile, we got to go chase after Amy up in the more mountainous regions. But first, a little pick-me-up.
I like me a pick-me-up.
One that, aside from this point, really doesn't get used all that much.
With
Yeah?
this, you can now do the light speed attack.
I mean, again, cool as these features are, it's like, a part of the problem is that they don't entirely gel with the more free-form motions that Sonic usually has, because much like the Lightspeed Dash, you have to charge yourself up, blow like this, and then aim right at that little monkey there, and bam.
Boom.
And that's really the only time you ever need to use it.
Yeah.
Though I can think of at least 2 other instances where it actually is really, really helpful.
Oh no, he's getting away. Let's speed up.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where we're chasing after that aircraft on foot through a mountainous region, and it's like, I mean, honestly, I don't know, really.
Yeah, it's a lot more difficult than just going through the beach where there's not a whole lot of, terrainal opposition.
I honestly could have a better way of explaining it, but Roxanne's playing her theme song too loud.
Damn.
You know, the old sitcom from back in the 90s.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I see what you mean by that. Yeah, it does kind of sound like the theme song.
Sorry, doesn't say it. It's not immediately obvious. We're old.
I mean, I can get the gist of it.
I thought you were about to say, yeah, I know you're old.
I was tempted to very fucking say that. It's like, sure, you may be old, but I also grew up with some 90s stuff.
Yeah, same.
I mean, is there any 90s stuff in particular you hold dear to your heart?
Nothing that comes to my mind as of right now.
Yes.
Oh, was Courage a 90s show?
Yes,
Yes.
That was more 2000s.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, technically, but...
technically.
Well, wasn't the pilot late 90s? Because I know it was part of What a Cartoon.
Yeah, it was late 90s.
If it just makes it easier, I remember the very old Cartoon Network stuff.
Okay.
That's fair. Like Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Lab, Ed, Nettie.
Yep. I grew up mostly with those shows as well as, of course, one of my favorites being Billy and Mandy.
Right.
You know, I probably do need to catch up on my ladder trading, but where's the fun in that?
Woo!
Again, the spin dash is probably Sonic's greatest tool in this game, whether it be for just simple maneuverability or just speed running past certain level of terrain that the game expects you to go through. And it's one of those things that I really hope they consider bringing back for newer Sonic games, most especially, anything post-Frontiers.
Yeah, well, I guess it really just kind of depends on, what kind of games they want to make after Frontiers.
Well, I'm still thinking, whatever they have planned next, I think they should keep the foundation of what they already have with Frontiers, but primarily change 2 things. One, make Sonic's default speed a little faster, or much more easier to control. And secondly, replace the boost with the spin dash.
I mean, yeah, I think we're starting to get to a point where it's like, I want them to finally retire the boost. Like, in my opinion, it peaked in Generations, and it didn't get that much better afterwards, so I think we're good to get rid of it.
Yeah. I mean, there is still some benefit to using it in Frontiers, but, I mean, a lot of people have said that, it's probably one of the weaker boosts in the entire series. Just because you can't even hit it, you can't even hurt anything with it.
That really did trip me up the first time I played Frontiers.
It really did.
Like, especially when you do the cyberspace levels, because, again, since they're primarily modeled after older games, I figured, I could just easily plow through enemies during certain points and still keep my momentum, but it's like, nope.
But with that all said and done, that's more or less it for Red Dead.
Okay, good, you landed on it.
Good thing I landed on this very conveniently placed, animal capsule.
How'd I get there?
It's almost like they were built for me to break.
Yeah, not very forward thinking and design there, Egghead.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, why did he think it was a good idea to build his animal capsules like those capsules with the poppable tops?
I'm sure there is probably some lore explanation. We just haven't found it yet.
Maybe one day they'll cover that on Tales 2. Speaking of Tales, he's back and he's better than ever.
Hell yes.
And now his tornado plane is blue now.
Was it? Oh, that's right. It wasn't blue because it was, again, still based off the old Genesis tornado back then.
Yep. But I also do find it funny looking back that with Sonic Adventure, this would be the game where normally Sonic would stand on the literal front wings of the plane. Now he just stands at the back.
Well, I think a lot of it just has to do with the overall design of the plane, and plus another function that we're going to see a little later.
That's true. I will definitely say, as fun as these sections were when I was younger, it's also one of those things where if you're playing through the entire game, you have to do both tornado sky chase acts twice.
Right.
And I mean, I've been playing this game since I was 11 years old. So multiple playthroughs later, it's yeah, this loses its luster after a while.
You know what would make these levels even better? If you don't get to move at all, but instead just do QuickTime events.
Oh yeah, that would really boost up the fun of those sections, said nobody ever.
Don't you agree, children, Doug and Sam?
Why are you calling me a child? What the fuck?
Well, you are younger than us.
I mean, comparatively speaking, you are a child.
True, but call me a kid. Gunpoint.
Sonny, where'd you get that there gun?
You don't want to know.
Up my ass. Anyways, fucking
Or if you're gonna shoot me with that, at least wash it first.
No, I'm not gonna wash it. Fuck you. This is spite now.
I may get an infection, but it's a small price to pay to shut your yap.
Did Doug give you that gun?
No.
I've seen Home Alone 2. I don't like where this is going.
So have I.
Well, how about this then?
Whoa!
Looks cool, don't it? I still don't know what the practicality of all this is.
I think it's supposed to have more advanced maneuverability.
If there is, I barely notice.
I barely know this either.
Well, in universe it is.
I mean, I guess there's that. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something they had planned for this upgrade, when it happened. But again, this game's tight-ass development schedule didn't leave much room for it.
Just trying to look at what it could be. Do you think you can, in this mode, he can have, little side dodges, like how Star Fox does?
If not that, maybe there's that. Or maybe they could have done a whole thing where, the beams that you shoot out have more of a bigger radius that can also affect other enemies, near them.
Yeah.
That's my guess, anyway.
Hot.
Oh, jeez! Tails, my quills are on fire right now! Help!
My clothes.
I said quills, not clothes. Besides, what do you think I wear? What else do you think I wear besides shoes and gloves?
That's why I question you.
Silk underpants.
I'm thinking, though, why am I even talking to myself like this?
Cause you're weird.
And Tails just says nothing and continues flying.
Tails says, "Fuck you, Sonic," that day.
No, you want to repeat that, little buddy? I want to make sure I heard you right.
But I didn't say anything, Sonic!
Like none of you didn't say nothing.
Sonic, please, not the chocolate!
The chocolate.
Or just takes off his boot.
Yeah, it just takes off the shoe. It's like,
I have 1,000 spares of these. Don't think I'm afraid of losing one.
That's it. The boot was coming off.
I would sort of question what even Sonic looks like without his shoes on, but then I realized if we consider Tails and Amy in some of those summer promotional artworks for Sonic Adventure, I think it's pretty much obvious.
well, not even just them. Like, just as a reminder, Big technically wears sandals.
That's also true.
I forgot something.
What's that?
There's no
And
land
what did you forget now of all times?
Oh.
Oh.
How'd you forget the landing brakes on this thing?
I didn't think we needed the land.
Well, I mean, once we get to a Tails scenario, I mean, it's going to be a little more obvious that he built this thing in a hurry.
Yeah.
No time to
Or actually, the wings are still
We
fine.
need to find Amy.
Oh, the best delivery
You're
coming
right,
up.
my friend. So here we go.
I mean, that's good too.
That arm.
Sit-ups completed.
Ah, well, Logan, welcome aboard the egg carrier.
Did you just call him Boogan?
No? It's 6. Also, we have a problem, though.
What's up?
What's up?
The captain's bridge is right there, except...
It looks like a Glowbox head.
Except Eggman had... Yeah, it does kind of look like Glowbox's head just got pre-attached to the egg carrier.
Glowbox was happy that day.
But, for the first time ever, to see what a load of this looks like.
Oh, wow.
You know, if we're imagining Glowbox as one with the ship, I can imagine that's just him literally extending his arms out and pretending he's flying.
I believe it.
Swim!
I bet you weren't expecting this. The only way you can get to me is through the sky deck. I doubt
Oh, here we go.
Oh boy.
You know, in retrospect, it probably wasn't the smartest idea to let you know that.
I mean, that really means nothing to Eggman. Like, the dude's a cocky shit at the end of the day, despite all of his
This must
losses.
be the way to the sky deck.
And honestly, that's why we love him so much. Because even after all said and done, the dude's stubbornness always pulls through.
Stubborn motherfucker.
Whether it be him, Dr. Wily, Bowser, it's like, those are the kinds of villains we just love in these kinds of games.
Dr. Wower.
Or Dr. Willy.
Yeah, or Dr. Willy.
Anyway, the most dangerous level for Sonic, the Sky Deck. Don't fall.
Not even
And
Tails can
whatever you
save
do,
you.
hold on. Yeah, not even... Man, of all the things that... You know, I have to wonder how that would work. Like, if... Because I think it's possible for the second player to take control of Tails in these sections. Not that it means much, considering, well, we're playing with a 3D space now.
Yeah.
But I have to imagine, if that was even possible, then would it even be possible for Sonic to latch on to Tails and, you know, fly that way?
That would actually be
I don't
very
know.
nice if they did something like that.
Say if this game ever did get the remake treatment, I kind of want to see them try that.
Yeah. You know what? Another thing that just popped in my mind, since we also mentioned Sonic fan games earlier, because there's like a surprising amount of like updates that they made to it since we did that look at of it eons ago. I kind of want to look into doing like, well, probably not for the channel, but just in general, just like a multiplayer run of like a Roboblast 2 with you guys.
Oh
I
yeah.
wouldn't be against that, but I know that would require a little bit of intricate setup.
That's fair.
Considering that is technically a, well, it's running off the Doom engine, and Doom, I think, has to, you know, you basically have to set up your internet on that thing natively, as opposed to something a little more freeform like Parsec.
Well, it's like because it's like
Right.
it's like port 40.
Oh, shit.
It's like ah.
Tails, save me!
What was that? But the problem is that you're dealing with port 40, and it just it don't work.
Well, I'm just kind of curious because I know like the last couple of months, my friends at Adrenaline Dubs, they've been playing a lot of like Roboblast 2, like trying out a bunch of the mods, which like, I think we mentioned it before, the modding community in that game is something else. They put in, like, a lot of unbelievable
Look at me,
stuff.
Tails. I'm walking on the monkey bars backwards.
And like I said, like, I was watching them, like, play through it, and I'm like, oh, are these mods too? No, these are actually part of the base game. It's like, man, a lot's changed in the years.
Oh yeah, no, Sonic Road Blast 2, like, I want to say as early as, like, 2020 or 2021, got a hell of an overhaul that pretty much puts it on similar similar production values to that of Sonic Mania.
Yeah, like, and even, like, similar to Sonic Mania, apparently you can even import, like, 3D characters into the game.
Oh yeah, that's a fairly recent addition, and I mean, it's really good. Like, yeah, no, so a lot of the mods you can still apply in that game are pretty sick. Like, I know a long time ago someone made a mod where you can play as Junio / Toei Sonic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's that. I know I've been seeing, like, a lot of, like, mods for, like, other characters. Like, I think one Logan and Doug might like is that there's a Samus mod, but there's also, like, a first-person mode that you can switch to with Samus that basically turns into Metroid Prime.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
I know there's also a mod where you can play as Pac-Man with his World 2 setup, but I actually haven't even taken the time to give that a shot yet.
I do know. Oh.
Houston, we've lost someone. Someone got blown off course.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna keep an eye on to make sure she gets back safely. That. Careful.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Jeez, careful, guys. I just want to see the fireworks.
What's that there?
Well, that was rude.
That's a fight out here, Joe. Moving forward.
Oh, okay. Looks like Sam. All right, Sam had to go.
No worries.
No worries.
There's plenty of campaigns for her to join us in.
Yeah, and not for nothing. Sonic's is easily the longest campaign, so I don't blame her for wanting to jump ship this early.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
We got plenty of we got plenty more victories to go ahead of us. But yeah, so this is now your freaking contractually obligated Sky Fortress military base thing you gotta deal with.
Yeah, and thankfully the worst of it's more or less over. Because the problem with the Sonic's version of Skydeck is that, well, you're dealing, like, that very first section where there were bottomless pits aplenty, and, well, Sonic can't exactly fly with his butt like Tails can.
These guys hit.
I still love that of all things in Sonic Frontiers, that's actually something he acknowledges, like, something is...
You're so cool, you fly with your butt.
Exactly.
There's a lot, and I think it's very... Oh, nice. There's a lot, and I think it is nice that Ian Flynn is like... Well, I don't know. He's trying to make lemonade out of where, let's be honest, the Sonic franchise has kind of taken itself with its own writing.
Yeah, and I mean, they are doing a pretty mature thing of, you know, not really retconning much of anything, even if there are some things that kind of have to be.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, it's a real half and half mentality when it comes to people like that, where it's like, it's like you could very easily just pretend these games don't happen, but it's the fact that he acknowledges them and goes forward with them I really like. Except for Forces, can we just pretend Forces never existed?
There are some odd things there, but speaking of accepting things that may have been a bit, you know, contrarian.
Is that it?
Like, what did you guys think of, out of nowhere for the year 2023 calendar, bringing back an Elise design, like, updated with the Sonic art style in mind?
It's something.
Yeah, that was an eye-opener for sure, and I mean, I'm not against it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a cute design.
I'm honestly amazed that Sega were willing to actually acknowledge she still exists.
And I
honestly... I was about to say, honestly, I'm not that surprised, because they've always been really cheeky about, you know, poking fun at the fact that they're aware of 06 and how 06 it is.
They're too late.
That's true. Also, yoink goes the birdie.
The birdie, what was the bird?
Hey man, quit choking him! He's just a bird!
Oh! He had an emerald on him. Where did you stuff it?
Tweet, tweet!
Okay, fair enough.
Wank.
Gamma.
I love the way he yelled Gamma. It's like, it reminds me of, like, the Genesis 3D Blast. Saga!
God, the mod actually kept this typo.
Wait, whales. Hey, Gamma.
No, they kept it,
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
Robotonic, my lord, how may I serve you today?
Robotonic.
Show them what you've got.
Available now at your local Rite Aid.
Don't disappoint me, or else.
this was where Omega got his first beginnings, or at least to the point where people could
Gamma.
believe that. I'm saying Omega because this is where it first began. Of hey, you can actually make a robot be a sympathetic character in this world.
Well, I don't know if I'd entirely call Omega sympathetic.
Now kill him. Omega's sympathetic enough, but Gamma's story is a sad one.
Dude, all Omega has to him is that he's jelly that Eggman locked him up in a room for so long.
You stuffed me in the closet for years. I mean, I guess that's...
Because for your safety,
But yeah. Now I must rebel, father. But, yeah. Now we have Gamma,
But father, I love her.
But now we have Gamma, who I like Gamma. Gamma's fun.
Oh yeah, no, Gamma's good.
I like Gamma.
I do definitely feel like when we're taking the whole story at large, it feels like his feels a little out of place here, but it's also like on its own, it would honestly make for a really fantastic like side story to the series.
Yeah.
Like a side comic series, because that's right. It like covers remarkably serious like themes for a Sonic game in his story.
Yeah.
Of identity and love and what is and all that stuff.
Like, I'll say for what it's worth, like, I still think the story in Sonic Adventure has its ups and downs. Like, when you put it all together, but in a vacuum, some of them can make for, again, really good side stories. Like Gamma's, for example. But that's something we can get to later. In the meanwhile, the egg here is about to blow.
I'll find that Eggman and put him out of commission.
Alright, see ya.
See you all in another campaign.
Later.
That's literally it. That's the last we see of them.
Oh.
Yep, Amy, Tails, Gamma. Actually, yeah, this is the last time Sonic actually properly talks to them in his campaign.
Yep, let's go to the
'Cause
top.
now it's just us and reaching Eggman.
If I'm to continue, I need to change this ship back to its original shape.
If I'm to continue, I need to put in disc 2.
I gotta find it.
Man, I could totally... If
I'm to continue.
this was on any lesser hardware, like the Sega Saturn, I could totally buy them trying something like that.
If I'm to continue the iOS version of Sonic Adventure, I better pay $2.99 now to purchase the full content of the game.
I hate you.
Just
Man, you don't think about it, I'm surprised that port never happened.
Sonic.
An iOS
Anyway,
port?
wow, also, geez, Eggman, overcompensating much? I mean, how much room does a guy need?
Sonic sits in the seat and does the big pose that Leon does. Which actually, I need to find out if that's in the remake or not. Still,
I'd hope it's still in the remake.
and there we go.
Little box is not flying anymore.
You can rest your arms now, Blowbox.
Never. Now get out there,
Keeps
Tiger.
flapping keeps flapping anyway.
I want to believe.
Anyways, now that we got the ship all fixed up and back to its original shape, let's go see what Egghead's up to.
You grew.
What a big boy you are.
Yes.
Chaos. You're huge.
Oh no!
Yeah,
What I miss?
Not again.
I've been doing a lot of reading in my off time.
Could this be the same beast?
Oh yeah, no, like he ate more than just the emeralds. I mean, he even ate a poor innocent frog.
Froggy? I must
Huh?
say Froggy!
Who are you?
If he's your friend, I'll help you. Just
You know,
leave
that's
it
swell
to
of
me.
Sonic. Like, he knew Big for all of 2 seconds, and he's still willing to help him find his frog.
Sonic did not realize that day, but his fate was to become permanently entangled with that of Big the Cat from this day hence.
You won't get away with
I knew how I was to be involved, so I walked away.
That's it. Alright, let's see how we take down this near invincible chaos.
Destroy them all! Immediately!
Honestly, the way we deal with this thing is actually surprisingly pathetic.
Doubly so if you're lucky with Big.
Well, that's true. But then again, you're not even fighting him so much with Big. You're more so... Oh, jeez. Eat it, eat it. There you go. Now let me just charge. Yeah. And release! Oh. Huh, I thought that would do more damage. Maybe I gotta be closer. Anyway, yeah, no, Eggman is literally the ultimate foil in this entire thing, because Chaos could easily just take us out with just as bare as... Oh. Okay, I guess the lights I were literally bringing out with that attack was... Oh, come on. Oh, watch out for the tail.
Whoop.
Let's see if I can do this proper. There we go.
Nice.
Do it properly, you can take out half his health.
Well, that was underwhelming.
Well, there goes all that 50 grand I paid just for this expedition.
Nice gamble fit.
So yeah, that's it for Chaos.
No way! I can't believe this!
I mean, you're sort of taking it well. I'll say there, Knuckles.
Oh.
Hey there, Knuckles.
What did I miss?
Glad you finally made it.
Everything.
Thought you got lost or something.
Until we meet again, Sonic!
Stop!
Meow.
Come back here.
And thus we leave Knuckles to do whatever over there while we chase Eggman while jumping right off the ship. This will have absolutely no repercussions whatsoever.
He missed.
By a landslide.
And bonk.
At least the branches broke his fall.
I hate Eggman. Where's this?
Not thinking about it, I think this is probably the most...
Oh.
What's the word? Like, that's the angriest I've ever seen him act towards Eggman.
Just him outright saying, "I hate you."
Pretty much. Because I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, aside from maybe one or two details in Lost World, where he just up and gets angry with him.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's not forget, that's actually a game, that's the game where he literally calls Eggman out for contemplating genocide.
I'm a complicated man.
Anyway, let's actually... That helpful little ball is leading us straight over to that ruins over there. What secrets awaits? Oh, the ability to play as Big. Well, that's rather anticlimactic.
I don't want to do that.
Not now, anyway. I still need to finish the story here. Anyway, on to Lost World. Not the game, but the level. Also, I will say as a quick heads up, the version I'm playing is, well, the mods I'm playing alongside, because I guess it should also be said, I am also playing this through my Steam Deck. Don't ask how I was able to get that to work. One thing regarding those stealthy chameleon bots there is that there's supposed to be a transparency effect with them, but for some reason it's bugged with the build I'm using, so it's just going to make it seem like they'll just pop out of nowhere.
No.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's one of those things where, again, not supposed to be like that, but it doesn't hurt the gameplay in any way. I will say this is another theme in the Sonic Adventure I really do like. It's definitely something that feels at home with some of the more atmospheric pieces from Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of my favorites.
Yep, though that being said, this section here with the golem snakes and the water, not my favorite.
Yeah.
Especially when the camera fails me like that.
Ah, shit.
Ah, shit. Time to do all that again. I know it's been a bit of a long streak, but how have you guys been enjoying your day so far?
I'm enjoying it.
It's been alright. No real complaints. Doing my usual work grind and whatnot.
Maybe I need to stop trying to rush it like I've been the other levels.
Probably.
Well, on the bright side, we're not too far off from finishing Sonic's campaign. All we have left is this level and then Final Egg, and that's more or less it.
It's a little unsettling.
A bit, yeah.
Well, it's also a little different because normally when you think of like a final Sonic stage, you think of like the Death Egg or like a big egg fortress, but for the most part, it's like usually the ruins.
I mean, after that shit he pulled with the Death Egg, I don't think he has enough to really warn enough in his egg savings to warn another Death Egg.
The egg credit card just can't stand it anymore.
An egg credit card?
Huh?
Oh crap!
I forgot. Oh, no!
Double crud. Well, on the bright side, at the very least,
wait, can we not make that jump? Oh wait! Oh!
Wait, maybe we can. Where even am I?
You're on the on ground level. Oh, here it is.
Ground level.
Get some rings.
Not high enough. Fudge.
You're gonna drown. Oh, there we go. Well, you reset your counter.
There we go. Oh, I already pressed the button, so I mean that helps. Ow! Fuck.
Ow!
Just stay still. Don't move. Don't even breathe.
Just like, breathe.
Pray. Maybe.
And but see, like things like that. I like that there were I like in this engine that there were ways for you to get creative with using the physics to like propel yourself around.
Oh.
Right, and I mean that's really all I'm asking for a new Sonic game. It's like obviously don't make it nearly as herky-jerky as this, but leave us enough breadcrumbs to where Sonic's whole speed can easily get him through tighter platform jumps like that with better ease, I guess.
Oh no, I get that, and I'm very.
Leave room open for experimentation.
I'm still very curious. Thank you. I'm still very curious about that momentum mod for Frontiers and if it's worth my time to look into the momentum mod because the problem is that first.
By the way, when I saw this when I was a child, I didn't see all that as the usual grass and foliage of the Mystic Ruins. I saw that more as green fire.
I could.
The whole island's on fire.
Well, especially with the intensity of the music, I can see where
like when I suddenly leave Earth and suddenly head straight to Outworld.
Yeah.
I mean, I could.
By the way,
I could see this for little James being like a really big moment, seeing like the Sonic like in the realm of 3D like. That is wild to me. It's not as big as like color TV, you know, for the people who grew up with black and white, but like that is wild that sorry Doug, that for James and Hype and I, we got to like actually grow up and watch the transition from 2D to 3D games, and like that's now what it is, and like they're
in a matter of speaking, I mean,
technically
we were born like just early enough in the 90s to where we were already like by the time we were old enough to start playing video games, the 3D like the 3D era was really starting to kick off in full swing.
I was still able to play the Genesis games when I was younger.
Oh.
Through a regular Genesis or through one of the collections?
Mega Collection Plus.
Oh, I mean,
but yeah, I was gonna say it's funny that you say that like we all would have seen the transition for the first time. Technically not me because I mentioned it on the channel a few times, but those videos are old, so I'll say it anyway. I've kind of had like a very backwards experience when it comes to 3D Sonic. Like Adventure 1 wasn't even my first 3D Sonic game. That was actually Heroes.
Right, I do remember that. Heck, my first 3D Sonic game was more so Sonic Adventure 2.
The first one I ever played. Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say Adventure 2 was my second because the way it happened is that like I saw Heroes at the GameStop. I thought, oh Sonic, I remember that, and I remember having fun with it at the time. To an extent, still do. Then I remember there was this. I forget what the website was, but it was a website that was reviewing Sonic games, and they were like singing the praises for Adventure 2, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. So I looked into it, and I played the battle port of it for the GameCube, and I liked it a lot. Like, you know, there were faults that I had, but I still had a fun time. And then I realized, oh, there's also like the first adventure game. I should probably, you know, play that as well. You know, complete the full experience. And I got it, and granted, it was the GameCube port as well, so that might have had a hand in it. But after going through like Heroes and Adventure 2, something about going back to Adventure 1 after going through those made Adventure 1. And I know this is gonna sound stupid for people. It made it.
Oh no!
Oh boy!
We'll be right back.
Anyway, all I was just gonna say is that like having experienced Heroes and then Adventure 2 and like my memories with that. For some reason, going back to Adventure 1 for me, not going back to, but playing those and then starting at Adventure 1, it felt weirdly underwhelming for me.
I mean, maybe it's just because of how the cinematics were played out.
Well, I mean,
that could be a lot of it, but also just had to do with like some of the gameplay elements in general. Like, you know, Sonic is fine. You know, he's clearly the best part of Adventure 1, but it's
I honestly go as far to say I still think Sonic control, like as a whole, controls better in Sonic Adventure 1 than he did in SA2.
Well, even though there's not that big of a difference.
Also, notice.
I'd say it's a little more. What's the word? It's a little more freeform. Like there's a bit more of a build up to some of his abilities in SA2, but not by a large margin.
Also, notice the mosaics. There were echidna faces on them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something resounds and resonates with our presence.
Whoa, what's this?
I don't know.
A mural.
It's an ancient mural.
It tells us a story of how a giant monster we saw on the title screen wrecked a whole civilization.
To be fair, they had it coming.
Also, look at that tongue.
And later to be corroborated with the Sonic movie, which is pretty neat.
Yeah.
I'm still holding out for Sonic. I'm still holding out for Sonic the Movie 3 to have chaos.
That'd be nice, but I'm honestly wondering how they're going to actually pull that off, considering
Literally,
what all they've established.
I see them pulling it off with basically, clearly they're going to have Shadow the Hedgehog, tell the story of SA2, but just replace the Bio Lizard with Perfect Chaos.
Yeah, I mean, they could just outright say that instead of it being a simple-ass lizard, they tried to make a artificial chaos, and it just grew out of control.
Yeah. The Chow are dead.
Not the little water babies.
Not the baboos.
Also,
Anyway,
this?
Why indeed? Anyway, real quick, I'm sorry for my abrupt leaving, but I need to. Someone's trying to call me away for a meeting, so I actually have to hop off right now.
No worries. We'll see you in the next campaign.
See you in the next flashback.
Next flashback.
Well, Logan, Doug, it's just the three of us now.
Come on, Sevens.
Well, that's all we get to that little flashback for now. So I will say, another big part of my experiences with Sonic Adventure, Doug, is have you ever had to play a game that absolutely needed a memory card, but you did not have a memory card?
Well, I can already answer that question if that means anything.
Yes.
Because I remember back when I got my GameCube. The first game I got for it was Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh.
I did not have a memory card at the start.
Oh, and you had to get all the trophies and characters every... Oh.
I can think of maybe 2 or 3 occasions I actually was ballsy enough to try to unlock Marth and Roy, who I think requires you to beat the classic mode with every base character.
Oh, actually, for Doug, here's your boy.
That's not him.
That's not his boy. That's just a shameless copy. This is our boy.
There he is.
There's Hyper Metal Sonic. But what was that? Was that one Silver Sonic?
Silver Sonic or Mecha Sonic, which I'm honestly not sure. Like, given the way he's built, maybe it might be.
He looks like Mecha from 3, and then I want to say Silver Sonic himself is somewhere in one of the other tubes in here.
No, there's the only 2 tubes.
I guess when there was a tube with like a silver floating. No, okay, I guess it was just Mecha.
That's all there is. And hope y'all don't mind me playing a little game of this for the next minute.
You'll be fine. You almost got it. Hit that one, then hit the left one, and then almost. No, right away, just hit the right one. Whoa.
Oh, wait. I think I got something.
Middle one on the left.
There you go.
Oh. Try that again, smartass.
Try it again, dickweed. I got it. Crash Bandicoot is a sequel to... No, you don't go in the door now. You get to go...
No. Anyway, welcome aboard to the final leg, Sonic's final level. For at least one character I can immediately think of, it's also their first.
I'm going to say, you know what? I lied. I completely forgot about this level. So, okay, so there we go. Now it is a traditional Sonic final stage. Okay.
Yeah, technically we're not inside a Death Egg or anything like that, but it's more so Eggman's, I don't know, underground base.
Yeah, fair enough.
Though, I mean, considering how big it is, like, in the grand scheme of things, it may as well be its own Death Egg.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, to finish that topic, so Doug, do you recall any time you had to play a game without a memory card?
I remember a few, but the main one I definitely remember is the PS2 version of Sonic Unleashed.
Ooh.
No memory card.
Ooh. Ouch. Wow. I mean, considering when that game came out, I have to imagine that memory cards weren't going for that much.
I didn't have one up until I think someone else had a memory card and they just gave it to us.
That's fair. I mean, by that I know by that point in time, most consoles kind of just gave up on memory cards altogether. So.
True. Oh, that's right. They started doing system memory.
Yeah, system memory. I think the furthest I've actually gone in the PS2 version of Sonic Unleashed without a memory card is
Missouri?
I actually want to say the second to final level.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Damn.
Like, that would require you to go through, like, copious amounts of hours of, well, everything else.
You got to get all the medals and the... Oh, Lord.
I'm a fast
The
learner.
medals, and also going through all those Werehog stages.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. So for me, Doug. So it was mainly the oldest memory I can remember of this was there's two memories with memory cards for me. One was playing Sonic Adventure 1 on PlayStation 2. It must have been DX.
What?
It must have been DX or something.
Sonic Adventures 1 and 2 were never on PS2.
And maybe it was a rental Dreamcast. I remember playing Sonic Adventure 1 though, and I remember
it might have been either Dreamcast or GameCube.
Okay, then it must have been Dreamcast. We must have just rented a Dreamcast, I guess. But anyway, so I had the game, and the problem was that we had no memory card, so I had no choice but to just leave the game on. And the problem was that, to my father's credit, whenever I would leave the game on and go to bed, he likely went out into the loft and realized, oh, that power LED light for this thing is clearly on. I should turn that off to save battery, or save power.
Yeah.
So he would turn it off, and
Saving
every
power is
morning I'd
important.
wake up and be like, oh. But I remember being so clever because one day, like way longer, one day I was like, you know what? I have this like.
Oh! What?
What?
Oh! Oh!
I made it! There you go.
Thank God that access a checkpoint.
I just love the fact like, hey guys, what I made! Little
Where the
funny
fuck
things
is that
you get to
sound?
experience. There it is, yeah. Little things you get, little fun things. But yeah, so I was like, hey, I have this, and I remember distinctly, I have this Woody from Toy Story plushie. I'm going to, tonight I'm going to go to bed, but this time I'm going to put Woody in front of the Dreamcast so it blocks the LED light from being seen in the dark. And lo and behold, it was still on when I woke up the next morning.
Oh my god.
That's kind of amazing, though. Because if I'm not mistaken, like, well, I'd assume the TV we're still using had to have been, like, a regular-ass CRT.
Well, I mean, like, I would turn it off, like, yeah, but... Oh, yeah, I guess it would be...
Yeah, never mind, that's a fair point. I honestly was about to bring up the argument that probably wouldn't have worked, because it would require for the TV to be on, and, when you turn on the CRT, like, you knew it was on.
Oh, yeah, no, it was definitely not that bad, but, and then my other memory, if I hadn't already... Oh, Lord! My other memory, if I hadn't already said it, I think there's supposed to be an elevator for this part.
There is.
There it is. It's all good. We take rockets in the future. And then the other memory, Doug, if I hadn't already said, involves Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus.
I think you have, but I don't remember.
The basic gist was I went to, back when Hollywood Video and Blockbuster were all the rage, I would rent this game, and I rented Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus because it looked just interesting. Those are weird looking dolls. And
yes, they are, and I can't see a thing.
Oh, there. And so what happened was, look at how silly they look. There they are.
My eyes aren't that big.
Oh, boom, boom. The bassy boom got me. Anyway, so then what happened was...
Don't mind me, fellas. I'll be out of here momentarily.
Wow, my... I am so sorry.
I don't know what came over me there.
Anyway, so what? But anyway, there's another use of the light dash. Now you know. There you go. But, so what happened was, we rented the game, and I had only a single memory.
Actually, quick fun fact. I remember on my very first playthrough,
yeah?
I did Lightspeed Dash to this exact location. It's around here where the game's supposed to tell you you finished the level. It didn't trigger for me, so I effectively got myself glitched.
Oh, you didn't hit the trigger, so you just stood there and couldn't finish the level because you didn't... Oh.
Yeah, it sucked. But thankfully, that was the only time it ever happened.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna finish the final boss, but yeah, basically, we rented the game Sly Cooper the Thievius Raccoonus and had it on the memory card, and I had no idea how memory cards worked because I was a dumb little kid. And so I was like, oh, I got this far, and then I had to give the game back. So when we bought it legitimately, and I loaded it into the PlayStation 2, and I was right back where I was again, I was like, the future! Oh, the future! This is what it is possible. This is what it's capable of.
It feels great. Now I won't have to worry about unlocking everyone in Melee anymore.
Because again, like, you entitled piece of shit. you sorry. Like, I had to grow up. Every time you played a game on Super Nintendo, you had to, like, didn't care. You had to play that sucker from the start every time you wanted to play your game.
Unless it was a game that actually supported battery saves.
True. Like, yeah, okay, that's fair.
Like Mario World, Metroid, Mario RPG.
The Star
all
Fox?
that. Star Fox did not.
Oh, that's right. I just had the FX chip.
Yeah, it was too chunky for anything else. Then again, Yoshi's Island would like to say hi.
Alright. The Egg Viper.
boy.
And his constant need to show what he's got a load of.
Master Washer of the Egg Windows.
See if you can make it through here, Sonic.
Okay. Oh, whoops.
You fell for my trap!
You fool!
I should not have given him the chance.
Nah, okay. You just wanted to hear the full taunt. But yeah, no, so the final boss, and I will say, in terms of 3D Sonic, that a steady rise in difficulty. It's not going to hold any punches on you.
It won't. But once you know exactly what to do, it's actually pretty easy to avoid.
Alert! There we are.
I guess as far as, like, Sonic bosses are concerned, I can't think of a one that's, like, the most difficult.
I mean...
Especially in the 3D games.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to think, what would be the hardest Eggman boss? I guess, I'm throwing this out there, unless you leveled up... I would say unless... oh yeah, I guess be careful of that attack, because he can actually not... I believe he can knock out platforms as you're fighting him.
Not yet. He will later, though.
Okay. I would say probably my least favorite egg fight in terms of like difficulty would be if you didn't learn that leveling up the flight character can unironically be the most powerful thing, even stronger than the power characters and heroes.
The Egg Emperor.
The Egg Emperor, because it can drag otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I won't deny that. Like, I've noticed when it comes to Eggman's boss fights in Sonic Heroes, they're very heavily skewed towards a certain formation. Like, the very first time, like, with the Egg Hawk, for example, like, the very first one, they want you to use a power formation. The Egg Albatross, the second fight, that's when they want you to use speed formation. And then with Egg Emperor, that's when flight formation is the most potent.
Well, just because, like, in general, because, like, that's the thing, like, because normally you think the flight attack, all it can do is stun enemies, but if you level it up to level 3 flight, it is surprisingly powerful, like, and it's rapid hitting.
Yeah.
But that was, I guess in general, that was the problem, was that Sonic Heroes treated its combat more like an RPG.
Kinda, sorta. Like, it wasn't, like, super egregious about it. It's only, like the super bulky egg pawns wasn't really a problem. Ow!
Oh, wait.
I'll take that.
That'll work.
And...
Oh, no!
Oh!
You landed
wow.
straight on
my God.
Okay, we'll be right back. No worries. That was a cheap move.
Put up your dukes!
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, it's
Gotcha.
You have to be just be careful.
Now Eggman's pissed.
Oh lord. No more platforms.
You know, Egghead, you probably could just do that on the same platforms I'm on right now.
That's a pissed off egg.
It's no use. Give up.
And give up.
No thanks.
And we are quite close.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, once he starts going into this, he starts breaking all the platforms one at a time. So if you keep failing this thing, I mean, you're likely going to lose over time. But we're not losing today.
Ah, shit.
All's well that ends well, right, fellas? Fellas?
Eggman, you've been.
He's up to something.
Uh-oh.
He's screaming. Up. Hey, one last dick move. I think the only time the franchise has ever done something like that.
No, there was also... Okay, technically speaking, it doesn't really work. But I remember Sonic 06 pulling a similar stunt.
Ah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing
With the Egg Genesis, when the thing was supposed to, hurtle towards you. But by the time it's one of those things where it's weird. Like, it technically should have landed on you, but the boss fight actually stopped before that. So you're literally in no threat of getting hit.
Okay.
But alas, we saved the day. Eggman got his keister handed to him, and Tails has come to congratulate us.
Oh, Tails.
And so it's time for a lovely little brotherly montage.
Now, there's one thing I need to ask, because Game Grumps posited this question, and I need to know what you think about this. Give it a second.
Oh, boy.
Is this Sonic singing?
No. I don't think it's Sonic singing.
Because the way his mouth
No,
moves, like,
honest-
what could he be saying? Yeah! One!
I mean, I honestly could buy that. But I don't think that's what they were intending. I think that's more so supposed to imply that he was just telling tales about what he was going through while the two of them were split up.
Yeah, that's fair. And
That's my guess, anyway.
And of course, we have one of my new favorite now. Not new, jeez, but I have a newfound appreciation for it ever since having started this channel. Jesus Christ, after starting my time on this channel, and you tell me and show me more of this games, yes, no, frickin', it doesn't matter. But between this and the SA2 version, the Dreamcast era, Sonic has some freaking awesome music. That's all I'm gonna say. Jesus.
Oh yeah, like say for like the rare like sneakers, like Sonic almost bats nothing but aces when it comes to their musical department.
And I think, but I do believe this was. But I do believe, I guess, to get back into the historical crap or whatever, this was the first time they ever partnered fully with Crush 40.
It was by. Yeah, it was. Though that being said, I know this song wasn't by Crush 40. It was by. I think it was by a different artist altogether.
Oh.
I could look it up.
All right, go for it.
I go for it because the name isn't coming to me right now.
And unfortunately, since it's Sonic Adventure, we don't get to skip the credits. So.
Yeah, I think there is a mod that you could apply to allow you to skip the cutscenes, but why would you? Because why would you when you know
it's new track?
We're listening to Sonic's theme song here.
So, yeah. So as it stands, how do you still feel Sonic's campaign holds up to the others, and/or your memory of this game?
Barring all those occasional fuck-ups, I'd still say this holds up the best out of all the campaigns because, again, the core foundation of Sonic's gameplay is easily among the best in the entire series, right down to, like, just being floaty enough to give you some control in midair, while also, with a spin dash, it's like, it's very instantaneous when you're able to unleash it, and the control you have over Sonic afterwards, like, you can make some insane jumps with that thing.
Okay. There's Jin Sonoe. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jin Sonoe was the composer for the song. The singer was Tony Hornet.
Oh no,
Tony Hornet.
I think Tony Hornet's from Crush 40. Let me see.
Maybe he is. I just know that
maybe
that's not the main singer behind Crush 40. I think that's more so what's his name, Johnny something.
Oh,
Johnny
something. You're right, Johnny something.
Johnny G or
yeah, Johnny Jelly.
Johnny Jelly. There you go. Him. That's the primary singer behind Crush 40, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, let me look at Tony Hornet music.
Maybe this is still Crush 40. It's just that the vocalist is different.
I'm looking him up now. Yeah, Tony Hornet, doesn't matter. And freaking again, Jun Sonoe's on guitar is always so fun.
The dude's an absolute pro with rock and roll.
He played my favorite song ever, the Big the Cat theme song, featuring. Oh, that's such a dated video to go back on, considering how they care about Aaron now.
It's dated, but it's still a beautiful song.
Oh, there he is.
Especially for those that just don't give a fuck.
No. Yeah. Shows you anything else.
Honestly, that being said, though, as far as It Doesn't Matter is concerned, I still like the song. Though I won't mince words. I feel like a part of me's kind of outgrown it. This particular version of it, I could probably still go back to the Sonic Adventure 2 version a little more often than not, but that's because that's the first version of the song I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So I just looked him up, and now I can remember. So he is the I forgot. He also did the famous song "Escape from the City."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was him. So
okay, so it is Crush 40.
And for any who are curious about his stuff outside of Sonic, he was most famously known as the lead singer of the rock band TNT.
Oh, okay.
TNT. I'm trying to see if they have any like. Oh my. June, my heart, stop!
My heart, it's going to stop.
Let's try to see if there's any songs.
Well, if it means anything, Logan, Sonic's campaign is easily the longest we'll have to endure.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good.
And why don't we enjoy? And with that, why don't we all enjoy ourselves to a nice glass of Chaos Cola?
Yeah. Wait, what? And it just explodes. Another emblem retrieved. And next time we get to start. Now we get to start playing all the other campaigns that we unlocked.
Yep. Honestly, it's actually funny because I don't know if it's possible to do with the other campaigns, but if you're consistent enough with Sonic, you can unlock everyone more or less immediately.
No, we unlocked them all pretty much in less than 2 hours. So now we're ready to strap on back in and we'll figure out where we're going next.
I mean, honestly, I was just gonna go in chronological order. So after Sonic, we have his best friend in the whole wide world,
Gamba.
Miles Tails Prower.
Him, yes, 100%.
Good boy.
I love
So
it.
yeah, we'll see you all next time for Tails' campaign.
Later.
Take care.